Happy Monday, Swifties. We have pink glitter. At 6:07 PST, I can only find it on TikTok. When you search the life of a showgirl, pink glitter now shows up. And yes, right on schedule, I was just about to eat breakfast. And this is starting to look like something. Right away, my guess is we have a pink vinyl coming. And the title of it, just like the other variants, is probably going to be a lyric from the album, or maybe in reference to the poem, I don't know. As of this moment, Google is still blue, Instagram Notes is still blue. I imagine that's going to change over the course of the next hour or two. Also, as of right now, there's no pink countdown, and I'm wondering if it's going to be 2 hours or 3 hours or 4 hours again. Literally, as I'm filming this, I'm checking the other sites to see if they've changed. Yay, breaking the fourth wall. I imagine, again, the vinyl variant is going to be available for 48 hours. So if you are a Taylor Swift vinyl collector, you're going to want to be prepared. I'm going to keep you updated as anything changes, but I definitely think that the 1989 theory is checking out. So where's this one? Right now in the comments, if you type TS12, The Life of a Showgirl, or Taylor Swift, you will see the pink confetti. Like I said, follow for more. I'm going to keep you updated. Maybe they'll throw a curveball today, who knows? And happy Monday. Swifties, we have a pink glitter update, except it's not pink, it's now gold on Google. The tagline is still the same of, "And baby, that's show business for you," but the glitter is not pink. It's like gold. I had a feeling there would be some sort of curveball, and this is most definitely one. And I'm sure you can argue that maybe this is a weird shade of pink, but like, this is most certainly not pink. Instagram has also changed the note feature to gold. Apple Music and TikTok are still pink. So it looks like we're going for a pink and gold theme, which gives me a lot of hope for a really cool vinyl, because I'm so here for pink and gold. Right now, as of 8:04 a.m. PST, there is still no countdown on her website, but who knows, by the time I post this, there could be. Because when the countdown appeared for purple and blue, that's right around the same time Google and Instagram changed their color too. So the fact that this is now gold lets me know that the countdown is probably coming. And it might be a 2-hour countdown, so again, if you're a vinyl collector, you're gonna need to be on alert. I know you're probably at work or going to sleep, or maybe you are asleep, in which case, get up, make an alarm, and be prepared. Hit the follow button for more updates coming soon. I'm not saying this is a theory, but Taylor Swift has an opportunity to do something hilarious. Okay, so the first week we got an orange countdown, the Carmador, which unlocked the album cover, and the deluxe CDs. Looks familiar, right? Then we got a purple countdown, which also looks familiar. And we all started to think that, oh, we're gonna get a new variant every week. Then she threw us a curveball and gave us a blue countdown just a few days later, leading to the blue variant collection, which also looked really, really familiar. But this week we have pink glitter and gold glitter, which is either giving rose gold or pink and gold, which is probably going to lead to some sort of pink variant, which would look pretty familiar. So according to my calculations, if we're going with a 1989 combo theory, that leaves 2 colors left, yellow and green. Do you see what I'm getting at here? What if in just a few days after this new variant runs its course, we get another pair of glitter colors, yellow and green, leading either to a yellow variant or a green variant, or maybe even eventually both. I say it's not a theory because somebody's about to fight me and tell me that we already had a yellow variant and a green one. But those were not the glitter colors. They were blue and purple. See how her site background is purple and not green? Not saying it's gonna happen, I'm just saying that it would be funny if she did. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Y'all, we got a countdown, it's finally here. And no, it's not pink, it's silver. Or beige, or whatever this is. And the text color is not pink. So what the hell was this, Taylor? I mean, this is giving red era. But you know what it does look like? The background of her master's letter. None of it is ever accidental. Also, this countdown is for 3 hours. Thank God, I was starting to worry it was gonna be 1 hour. And it actually expires at 4 p.m. today. Taylor loves a good curveball. As soon as you think you've clocked a pattern with her, you haven't. As I texted many of the other Swiftie creators, Taylor never does the same thing twice more than once. Taylor loves to throw a curveball. That's part of what makes all this fun. It's also giving silver, beige, deluxe version, whatever color we're calling this. I'm gonna go with silver for now. I mean, it is slightly different, but I think they're supposed to be the same, or at least very similar. So again, this is probably leading to a vinyl variant, something to do with this color scheme. But Apple Music and TikTok are still pink. Were they supposed to be this like darkish reddish color? Because they did not turn out that way, Taylor, and you might want to have a conversation. Make sure you're following for more updates. It looks like today is going to be a crazy day, and I'm expecting a vinyl collection here soon. We have a brand new vinyl set, and it might be my favorite. The Tiny Bubbles and Champagne collection is only available for 48 hours, which means it's probably sold out by the time I've posted this video. And look at this cover art. I am obsessed with this. All the stars, and look at the look on her face, like she knows she's hot. We have the Under Bright Lights pearlescent vinyl, as well as the red lipstick and lace transparent vinyl, which love the title. See, this is why the fire heart is the emoji for this era, because this is fire. Her master's letter has also switched to the gold background again. Both vinyls do come with an exclusive poem. Like, look at the little bubbles on the pearlescent one. That's such a cute little detail. But I'm sorry, this one's probably my favorite because the coloring is just beautiful. And I am living for this album artwork. This literally screams, I will step on you and you will thank me for it. Not unlike this picture. And I don't know about you guys, but the site was glitching for me and I was barely able to add them to my cart, but I did secure the goods. Were you able to secure the goods as well? Let me know in the comments. Where does this one rank for you? Follow along for more updates. I will keep you posted on anything that changes. We need to talk about the amount of stock we're giving international Swifties for these vinyl variants. First of all, I do not have time for self-proclaimed realists. If you come into my comment section saying things like, life's not fair, sometimes you miss out on things, this video is not for you and I need you to scroll away immediately. We'll see you in the next one. Secondly, yes, I know she's an American artist, which means she will promote more heavily to the American market, which, by the way, is the biggest music market in the world. We don't need reminders of things we already know. Also, this is not the opportunity to talk about how you do not need to buy the vinyl variants. We've already talked about that in other videos. Please show up to class on time. Now that we've wasted 30 seconds, these vinyl variants are incredible. I think we're all in agreement there, but they're selling out internationally in minutes. The Tiny Bubbles in Champagne collection has been up for 2 hours and 8 minutes in the US shop and they're still not sold out. And I know a lot of you like this cover, which means there's a lot more stock in the US shop than there is internationally. And girl, your international fans want to support you. We are trying to go for a worldwide #1 here and we cannot do that without the stock. I also understand that these are first and only limited editions, meaning they will naturally have less stock wherever you shop. That's totally fine. That's just marketing and the music industry, baby. Like, give them just a little bit more to work with. These sold out in Australia in like 90 seconds. According to my comment sections and the hundreds of DMs I got, this practically broke the EU shop and was gone in under 5 minutes. And I don't know if you remember the Eras tour, but this is outside one German stadium for one show. That's 70,000 people inside the stadium and 50,000 people outside every time she performed in Germany alone. So like, girl, you either got to give just a little bit more stock outside the US, it can still be limited, or you got to give them like their own exclusive variant or something. Yes, sometimes we miss out on things. I'm not saying you have to flood the system. I'm not saying you have to make hundreds of thousands of extra stock. It can still be limited. And I understand you got to sell your records for your charts. Totally get it. But you could also get a lot more numbers if we do a little bit more. So for those of you who are really not having a chance to be able to purchase a product that you would like to purchase, I'm sorry to hear that. And if Taylor Nation or anyone on Taylor's team sees this video, could you take it to heart just a little bit? Okay, thank you. Looking forward to the next one. Taylor Swift has announced her engagement to Travis Kelce. Yes, this is official. On Taylor's Instagram, she just tweeted out, your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married. Let's look at the photos together. Look at all the beautiful flowers. Look how cute this is. This is so beautiful. And look at the rock. Oh my God. I'm so happy. Look, they're so happy. They're so cute. Oh my God. I love everything about this. Oh my God. I don't even know what to say. I am having a very parasocial happiness for her. How many songs has Taylor written about wanting to get married? And now she's found like her perfect person. We are not gonna hunt for Easter eggs in this. We are just gonna sit and be happy. Oh my God, I'm not gonna lie, I wanna cry. I feel like I'm rooting for an old friend. I have watched this girl grow up since she was like 15. And like, I'm so happy for her. The English teacher and gym teacher getting married. Taylor, could this be more perfect? And it was private and it was just for them. These engagement photos are beautiful. She added so high school, which obviously confirms what we all knew. Oh my God, I'm so happy for her. Now I definitely know this album's gonna hit. I think our wedding shower gift to her should be to make this album like her best-selling album ever. I'm still in shock. I'm so happy they got to do this privately. Now she's gonna have a wedding with their closest friends and family and 8 billion people around the globe. The engagement literally heard round the world. And damn, that rock is good. Absolutely deserved. I recognize that this is incredibly parasocial. But you know what? Today we're gonna allow it. I'm not gonna. This album is gonna slap. 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 We are gonna respect their privacy, but this album is gonna go #1 and he's gonna get in the Super Bowl. That's our wedding shower gift. Ooh, the crash out tomorrow from this shot of dopamine is gonna be hard. And by the way, I am very happy for Travis too, okay? Want to talk about? No, I don't. I want to talk about Taylor Swift. I came here to talk about Taylor Swift. Screaming, crying, throwing up. In light of recent events, it's interesting to look back on the Miss Americana film documentary. Most Swifties know this film takes place between the Reputation and Lover eras in Taylor's life, and it's a very particular snapshot that we can actually draw some parallels between then and now, with one or two major differences. In one scene in particular, Taylor talks about turning 30 and what that feels like as a pop girl in the music industry. Spoiler alert, not good. She talks about how the Lover album might be her last chance at releasing music in this way before the audience officially grows tired of her. Fast forward about 6 years later, and I'd say pretty much only her haters are tired of her, but literally everyone else is still good if she does stuff. While we can laugh a little bit about this now in a post-Eras Tour world, this is still a very valid feeling that applies to a lot of artists that you probably love. But as it pertains to Taylor specifically, every time Taylor releases something, people always ask, when is she going to be done? She just got engaged, and you know people are already gonna ask, when is she gonna stop and settle down? But Taylor never does things that people expect, i.e. releasing a super happy self-empowerment anthem in the middle of massive political unrest, and a shifting target audience demographic from millennials to Gen Z, which did factor into Me's performance. It's very hard to release happy music when people don't want it. But with The Life of a Showgirl, people do want it now. Have you noticed how in 2025, two of the biggest pop viral hits have all had sky-high choruses? Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters and Abracadabra by Lady Gaga? Because now people want pop escapism. When Taylor released Me, they were not craving it. The general public wanted music that reflected how they felt, which wasn't very good, which Taylor had already just done with Reputation. Reputation is not only a dark album because of what happened to Taylor and her cancellation, but because it was also a dark period in all of our lives, at least here in the US where Taylor is from. Because she made music that reflected that, that is part of the reason Reputation has the legacy that it does now. The Reputation era is one of the lowest points in Taylor's life. Lover was a soft reset. And if her albums were TV shows, Lover probably would have been the series finale, but it wasn't. The series got renewed, and unlike many TV shows who eventually get stagnant over time, hers just got better and better. Even when that one season goes back to its roots and leans into nostalgia, the show just got better. Remember, Taylor didn't do any press or interviews during Reputation's original era. She only started to when she felt good about her life during Lover. Seem familiar? Miss Americana provided answers that we wanted from her at the time, but we are not in that time period anymore. And while there are certain similarities from the time of the Miss Americana film to now, it's also important to recognize the key differences. Taylor continued to grow after turning 30. During Miss Americana, Taylor was a pop girl. But now in the time of The Life of a Showgirl, Taylor is the pop girl. And I love that growth for her, and the doors that it opens for other artists in the future. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce actually got engaged 2 weeks ago, at least according to Ed Kelce, Travis Kelce's dad. In an article with News 5 Cleveland, Ed revealed that Travis actually did the proposal about almost 2 weeks ago. He had been putting it off until this week to make some big grand thing or special event, which no offense to him, it basically was. Ed and Scott Swift basically said, you could do it on the side of the road, you could do it anywhere that makes it a special event, but to just get on with it, which would make this just about 2 years since they met. Travis popped the question in Lee's Summit, Missouri. He got her out there, they were about to go out to dinner, and he said, let's go out and have a glass of wine. Then they started FaceTiming everyone's parents. Ed was in the middle of an Eagles practice. Then on a Sunday night, he got the FaceTime call. Travis has also been planning to propose for quite a while, as early as last year's NFL season. And by my calculations, that means he proposed right before The Life of a Showgirl was announced. Taylor's engagement announcement has almost reached 20 million likes on Instagram. According to Forbes, the engagement ring is worth an estimated $550,000 US. Deserved. And I love everything about this. Swifties, we got diamonds on Google. Now, given the timing of this, I don't believe it's an Easter egg per se. I think this is Google's way of celebrating Taylor and Travis's engagement. But God, is it cute. Right now, if you search Taylor Swift on Google, you will see the gold confetti and now some diamonds sprinkled in as well. I think that is so cute. The way the world has responded to Taylor and Travis's engagement makes me so happy. I am going to bed tonight with a heart so full. And this just feels like a cute little tie into the celebration of her new album and her engagement. Don't worry, we don't have any new variants today, as far as I know. Wait, let me check. Nope, no new variants. Countdown still going. But seriously though, I'm in love with them adding diamonds to this because I think we can all agree that that is a boulder on her finger. Y'all, my phone has been blowing up all day. I have seen people cancel classes, appointments, work, all just to celebrate in the joy of Taylor and Travis's engagement. I know it's incredibly parasocial for the world to be happy about two people that we don't know, but the diamonds on Google is just chef's kiss to a wonderful day. America's fiance Travis Kelce got on New Heights and said that Opalite is his favorite song from the life of a showgirl. And if you saw my previous video on how pop albums are typically marketed and crafted, you'll know that I said one of the first 3 to 4 songs is likely to be a single, especially the first 3 songs because the hooks have to be very strong in order to capture the attention of the listener. Taylor cares a lot about the track list of her records and wants them to flow in a very specific way. Yes, that includes Lover. Yes, that includes Red. Be quiet, Tiffany. And given that Mr. Karma is the guy on the Chiefs is definitely in on the Easter egging fun now, maybe not as directly as Taylor, I would say that this carefully timed mention gives a lot more merit to Opalite being a single. And friends, let's be honest here. No one was saying the word Fortnite in casual conversation unless you were an author or someone in a book before the release of the Torture Poets department. So if anybody is going to bring the word Opalite into modern pop culture vocabulary, it's gonna be Allison over here. Remember, a lead single can come before the albums drop or at the same time. And choosing uncommon words that are pretty much only associated with you as an artist is an instant way to generate buzz without you doing anything. Now, if the single's a hit, like Fortnite was, well then, it can only help you. Swifties, we've got red and gold glitter on TikTok. Now, oddly enough, there is no glitter when you search for Taylor Swift on the platform, but the background has changed back to orange. I don't yet know if this is going to lead to something, because it is the same colors as the Chiefs, so it could very well be TikTok's way of celebrating Taylor and Travis's engagement too. Not unlike the diamonds that were added to Google in the gold confetti last night. We could just be going back to default here, because there's currently no glitter or confetti on Apple Music. Right now, to me, this reads as more celebration. Maybe the variants are over. Who am I kidding? There's gonna be 700 variants. Either way, this is super adorable. I love that it's the Chiefs colors that conveniently match the color aesthetic of this record. So in the comments, if you write TS12, Taylor Swift, or The Life of a Showgirl, you will get this. Some people are reporting that it's not quite working for them yet. So if you try in the comments, you may not get it. But as you can see, I typed it in myself and definitely got it. I wonder if more platforms are gonna play into this, because if so, it would be hilarious and super cute. And of course, we would eat it all up. So let me know in the comments, are you seeing red and gold confetti? And follow along for more updates. It's recently come to my attention that some of you do not understand how we have a wedding to pay for, and it's very simple. Okay, I broke it down. So we have the TNT wedding for Queen TS and King TK. Now, we are not invited to the TNT wedding. We will not be showing up at the TNT wedding, but we can give them a gift. And our gift is making The Life of a Showgirl the #1 album in the world. Okay? It's very simple. Now, I know you might be worried because we don't have any money. Look at the economy. We don't have any money. How are we gonna make this #1? Well, good thing, because Queen TS releases a variant of The Life of a Showgirl. Now, not as many variants as some of the other artists in the world, but she does release them and we are going to buy them. And if you cannot buy a variant, you can stream the album. You can do that for free. It's very nice. And if you stream the album, it will go #1. It's also important to remember though, that Queen TS has haters. I don't understand it, but they exist. Now, haters think variants, bad. No variants, no bark. But here's the thing. Haters also love to be right. So if we buy the variants and make the album go #1, they get to be right and we get the #1. It's a win-win. That's so good. So we can get the #1 album, and that can be our gift for the TNT wedding for Queen TS and King TK if we buy the variants and stream the album. What we can do with no money, okay? And the haters can be mad, and we get the #1. It's very simple. I hope this helps. Swifties, we have a glitter update. The 48-hour clock has ended for the previous variant of The Life of a Showgirl, and her site has reset back to normal. Her master's letter has also reset back to orange. Now, Google has gone back to yellow and orange confetti, but they kept all the little diamonds too. Apple Music is also orange now. Taylor has also reset her profile pictures back to the standard edition cover. And like I said earlier, if you type TS12, The Life of a Showgirl, or Taylor Swift into the comments on TikTok, you will get the red and gold and orange confetti. To me, this reads as a reset. It doesn't necessarily mean that something new is coming, but it is Taylor Swift, so you never really know. Now, this could signal that the special edition runs of these vinyls are done, at least in this batch. In truth, there really could be more coming, just not a first and only run. Maybe there is another first and only run, but I don't really think so. Now, marketing-wise, it is far too early for her to just suddenly stop campaigning for sales. The album does not come out until October 3rd. So if I know Taylor, that means she's probably got some tricks up her sleeve. And she's gonna drive sales in other ways. I will keep you updated as things change, so make sure you're following. Taylor Swift's short film for All Too Well also doubles as its music video. And that has me wondering if we could ever get another short film of this nature. With all eyes on her new record, The Life of a Showgirl, and a few other things. I would love to see another story like this for this era. Dylan O'Brien and Sadie Sink did a fantastic job in the All Too Well short film, and Taylor has been directing her creative projects for a while now. And she also did a fantastic job not only telling the story of All Too Well, and I don't just mean literally within the film, but also adding another layer of depth to the Red album. Initially, one of Red's biggest criticisms is that it is disjointed. It's so hard to follow with the up and down track list, multiple different genres, but with the added context provided by Red Taylor's version, and the story of the All Too Well film, you could theoretically make the argument that All Too Well 10-minute version should be the title track to this record. And if it was, maybe the rest of it would make a lot more sense. But the album is supposed to be up and down and passionate, just like the All Too Well film is, which is why it's a necessary component to the whole Red era, including Taylor's version. Taylor accomplished with the Eras Tour something no one else has done. It is the highest grossing tour of all time. But people literally canceled classes because she announced her engagement. And with the album promotions and artwork that we already have, there's clearly a story underneath this album. And in more recent years, Taylor has opted to let her music do the speaking as opposed to her doing the speaking in interviews. That's part of the reason the New Heights interview was so rare and such a treat. So of course I would love an Eras Tour documentary, but I would also love a short film for this album too. Something that really pulls us into the life of a showgirl, that enhances the content on the record, much like the All Too Well short film did for Red. I mean, truthfully, I'll take anything Taylor wants to give me, but I would really love to see a short film like this again because I think she nailed it. Will Taylor Swift ever return to TV and film? While doing the Eras Tour and the Eras Tour film by association, we hadn't really seen Taylor on the small or big screen in quite a while at that time. Not really since the Red Taylor's version promotions, like when she was on Saturday Night Live. Now, Taylor is obviously a musician, so her even doing TV and film is already such a rarity. But sometime during the Life of a Showgirl's promo, I would love to see her back on TV. Even just for a little bit, like Saturday Night Live is perfect for her. And I personally would love an update to Monologue Song. But she gets to poke fun at herself, poke fun at things that people say about her, and maybe even knock out a killer performance or two. I know we probably will not get her as relaxed as she was on New Heights, because that's an incredibly comfortable environment, which she absolutely deserved. But could we potentially see her acting a little bit more again? Not only for me as a longtime fan would it be nostalgic, but it just would be fun. She is a 35-year-old woman now, and obviously I want the Eras Tour documentary or an Eras Tour film 2.0, but I'd love to see her acting a little bit again. Even if it's something silly like a variety show. As long as she's comfortable, that's all that matters. But a little traditional promo for the Life of a Showgirl would be fun. What would you want to see in an Eras Tour documentary? In the Eras Tour film, we see the Eras Tour, obviously. At least the original version of the Eras Tour. Sorry, Torture Poets Department. But now that we know the Life of a Showgirl exists and was created while on the Eras Tour, what all do we want to see in this film? For me, there's a few things. First thing, I would love to see more of the rehearsals. We got little sneak peeks of that in the I Can Do It With a Broken Heart music video, but I would love to see the rehearsals for some of the other numbers. I would of course love to know her workout routine, but considering that's a personal health thing, we may not get that. I would love to know more about how she arranged the deal for the Eras Tour film. Because remember, there was a strike going on at the time of its filming and release. So how exactly did she get that arranged? Obviously, I would love to see more of the creation of the Torture Poets Department and the Life of a Showgirl. We've seen little bits and pieces of her recording the Torture Poets Department as Spotify canvases and other little videos here and there, but I'd love a little peek at her picking the album artwork and things like that. Obviously, I would love to see the Torture Poets Department section in HD. Bonus content? How did she feel about the way Vienna responded after having to cancel the shows? We talk a lot about wanting an Eras Tour documentary, but what would you actually specifically want to see in it? Let me know in the comments. Since Taylor was on New Heights, it's got me thinking about some of her other TV interviews. Because while I absolutely want to frame the quote, "You should think of your energy as expensive, not everyone can afford it," she has had other funny moments and really important things to say about her life. For example, her CBS interview in 2019 during Lover, when she talked about always needing to have wound dressing nearby because she has had armed stalkers appear at her houses several times, most of which we don't know about. And again, that was in 2019, so imagine what she's had to deal with in the last 6 years because she's a whole lot more famous now. Or this interview with Katie Couric during the Red era, where Taylor talked about how sometimes she doesn't fully understand how she feels about a certain situation until after it's happened and a song has been written about it. And as a fellow songwriter that writes through their subconscious, I totally get that. Like this infamous interview, where it is one of the only times that Taylor has ever confirmed explicitly what song is about what person. In this case, Forever and Always, about Joe Jonas, the boy who broke up with her over the phone in 27 seconds. You know what? I think she was right. I don't think she's thinking about him anymore. Thank God she and Mr. Perfectly Fine made up. What are some of your favorite Taylor interview moments? Let me know in the comments. Guess who has arrived at Arrowhead? Travis's college is hosting a preseason game. Thank you, Carol, for telling me what any of those words meant. And Blondie is there rocking her new ring. As she should. I mean, while this is kind of a bad pic, you can see that thing from space, so don't tell me you can't see it. And yes, I noticed that some of her fingernails are green. I'm not really sure what that means, just like how this is me pretending I know any of these football terms. I don't really understand football, which is why I rarely cover her when she goes to these games. To me, it feels a little more personal life as opposed to professional life, but it is fun to see her out and about, especially after the news. I did like, though, that when she appeared, everyone was congratulating her on her new album and, of course, her engagement. And also, she looks really cute. It's giving 1989 blue. We're probably gonna see Taylor more at these football games as the season continues, or starts, because I guess this is still the preseason. Yay, sports, get the points. And the referee was definitely wrong. I can't believe they called that, or maybe they were right. Whichever one applies. Truthfully, my opinion is that when she goes to these games, she's there supporting her fiance. And of course, we know the world revolves around Taylor, so it will be about her. For future reference, I probably won't make videos about her every time she appears at a football game, unless I feel there's something major to talk about, especially as it pertains to her music. But considering that seeing her out and about is so rare nowadays, I had to let you know that the people's pop star had arrived rocking her boulder. Here's what you missed on the journey to TS12 week 3. Right on schedule, this pinkish glitter appeared on TikTok. When you typed in the comments TS12, the life of a showgirl or Taylor Swift, and when you searched for those things on TikTok, then a little while later it appeared on Apple Music. And Swifties were like, all right, we're getting a pink variant of the life of a showgirl. But then gold glitter appeared on Google. And Swifties were like, that's kind of weird, but it's okay, it's a countdown within a countdown. So we'll probably get the pink variant countdown here in just an hour or so. No, guys, I swear, we had a 5-hour countdown, a 4-hour countdown, a 3-hour countdown, so this one's gonna be like a 2-hour countdown. And then an hour or so later, a 3-hour countdown appeared, canceling all theories about a countdown within a countdown, and making us simultaneously all think Red Taylor's version. That glitter background looks familiar. Oh, I know where I've seen that, in the background of her master's letter. Then Taylor took the stage in the Tiny Bubbles and Champagne collection variant. She really said, I have a brand new hot picture and you all will buy it. And we did, because it sold out across the globe in under 2 minutes. Except the US. That took about 6.5 hours. Whew, that was a lot for a Monday. I sure hope nothing else exciting happens this week. Oh wait, something did the very next day. Taylor took to Instagram and announced her engagement to Travis Kelce, saying your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married. Gave us the cutest engagement photos I've ever seen in my life, with the biggest boulder of a diamond I've ever seen in my life, which she deserves. And it became the engagement heard round the world. People canceling classes, work, brands pouring out love and support, creating an overwhelming sense of joy throughout the entire globe. Diamonds were added to the gold glitter on Google that night. It became the fastest post on Instagram to reach 10 million likes. The engagement announcement got over 1 million reposts on Instagram in under 6 hours. The word engagement saw a huge spike in searches on Google. In just under 5 days, it had reached over 35 million likes, becoming the 6th most liked Instagram post ever. But before that, when it hit 33 million, it was the 13th most liked post on Instagram. Numbers always gonna work for mother. Artists all over the world showed their support for Taylor, including Lil Wayne, who stopped his concert to congratulate Travis and Taylor. Life of a Showgirl became the #1 most pre-saved album on Spotify. Taylor became the most favorited artist on Apple Music. And following her engagement announcement, she had the biggest streaming day of any artist on Spotify, with over 73.6 million streams, beating her own record. Travis Kelce returned to new heights and revealed that his favorite song from the Life of a Showgirl is Opalite, and did accidentally confirm that Taylor did in fact drop Easter eggs in her episode. Thank you, Jason Kelce, for your service. The day Taylor and Travis announced their engagement, Ed Kelce, Travis's dad, got on local news and started talking about the engagement, revealing that Travis actually proposed about 2 weeks ago. And eagle-eyed Swifties figured out that it was probably right after filming the podcast. And he also revealed that he and Scott Swift have been encouraging Travis to propose for a long time. Thank you, Dad, for the information we thought we were not gonna ever receive. America's Fiancé also revealed that he will be opening a brand new steakhouse in partnership with Patrick Mahomes that will have a special cocktail called The Alchemy. I see what you did there. Good job. Red, orange, and gold glitter appeared on TikTok, again in the comments and when you searched. And then the orange glitter reappeared on Google, but this time it kept the diamonds. And not forget the rock. Her master's letter background also reset to the orange glitter. Eras Tour icon Jan Ravnik revealed that he will be a brand new professional on Dancing with the Stars. We love to see it. Taylor appeared at Arrowhead Stadium wearing the blue sweater 1989 combo. That's not a thing, but that's what I'm gonna call it. Everyone was congratulating her on her new album and her engagement. It's so big, it still sparkled on a grainy live stream. Taylor also became the first artist to have 4 albums with over 10 billion streams each on Spotify, with Lover, Midnight's Folklore, and Reputation. Rep TV, I Knew You Were Trouble became Taylor's 20th song to reach over 1 billion streams on Spotify as well. So I'm guessing that people are going to stream The Life of a Showgirl. What do you think? And that's basically what you missed for the journey to TS12 week 3. I will see you again next Sunday for week 4.